Hi, and welcome to today's episode of Piano TV. So today I wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about grade 4 piano. We're going to specifically talk about grade 4 in the RCM and the ABRSM, and we're going to talk about how the examination process works. But even if you have no interest in doing exams, this should still give you kind of a framework if you're teaching yourself, or even to give you a little bit more of an understanding of what your teacher's doing when they're assigning you stuff. So we're going to talk about the different song categories. We're going to compare the RCM to the ABRSM. We'll talk about technique, sight reading, ear training, pop music, all that good stuff. So let's get started. Just to give you a sense of timeline, if you started taking piano lessons as a child, this would probably be about your 6th year of piano. Grade 4 roughly corresponds with your 6th year. And it's about half of that if you're an adult student. So 3 or 4 years generally is when you hit grade 4 as an adult. It depends on how much you work. Grade 3 was the first intermediate level piano grade. So everything before that, the preparatory stuff, grade 1 and 2, that's all beginner level. So grade 3 was the first step into intermediate repertoire. And because of that, grade 4 is very similar to grade 3 in terms of what you're working on. It's just more so. So in grade 3, you start sonatinas, for example, and that's a huge hurdle. And a lot of people struggle with that at first. In grade 4, you're still doing classical sonatinas. They're just a pinch more difficult, things like that. So intermediate level is between 3 and 6. And then once you hit grade 7, that's when you would be considered more of an advanced student. I find grade 4 to be a really, really exciting point in any student's piano learning journey. Because in grade 3, everything's a little bit overwhelming. Like grade 3 is a tough year just because the level jumps up quite a bit when you're going from beginner to intermediate. And it's the first year with sonatinas, and that, like I said, it's a big challenge. But by grade 4, you've had a year of that challenge under your belt. So you feel a little bit more ready to tackle those difficult challenges. And the music starts sounding a little bit more rich and more like real piano music, not just like little kid music. So that's really motivating. I find a lot of students tend to start blossoming around this time. Grade 4 RCM and grade 4 ABRSM start to diverge in terms of difficulty. So they're not entirely equivalent, though they're close. Ultimately, RCM grade 10 is equivalent with ABRSM grade 8, and it's right in the middle around grade 4 where things start to split. So in general, ABRSM grade 4 is a little more difficult than the RCM. You don't have to learn as many pieces, so in a way that part's easier, but pieces at a grade 4 ABRSM level range from grade 4 to 7 level in the RCM. So the pieces themselves tend to be just a little bit more challenging. When you're doing a Royal Conservatory grade 4 exam, you need 5 pieces though. So you need 3 repertoire pieces, just like the ABRSM. List A, List B, List C, and we'll talk about those in a moment. But you also need to learn 2 etudes or studies. In grade 4, the RCM and ABRSM both have 3 categories for pieces at a grade 4 level, List A, B, and C. So we're looking at List A right now. And they're a little bit different in each system. List A pieces in the RCM are Baroque dances. Baroque, it's one of the older eras of music. There are some minuets, just like in grade 3, but there's a lot more pieces in general from Bach's Notebook for Anna Magdalena. This is a classic repertoire collection, and you should definitely pick it up if you're an intermediate student. It's a gold standard. There are other dances at this level, including marches, musettes, airs, and others. There's also a couple Telemann fantasias at this level. Baroque pieces at this level are written in contrapuntal style, which is 2 voices. So they're often really challenging studies of hand independence. This basically just means that instead of the left hand simply playing chord patterns, both hands are playing simultaneous melodies. So over on the ABRSM, List A merges both Baroque and classical repertoire, but there tends to be like a much stronger lean towards classical repertoire. In this section, you're going to see movements from a Haydn sonata, you're going to see Van Hal, Kuhlau, and Clementi sonatinas as well. I say this every time, but List A is almost always the most difficult category for students. Classical and Baroque pieces are the oldest styles we learn on the piano, usually. And because of that, they're the most unfamiliar, and they usually require the most dexterity and hand independence. Next up are the List Bs. In the RCM, this means classical and classical style repertoire. This is where you're going to find all the sonatina movements by Clementi, Diabelli, Gurlitt, and many others. There's also a few other classical selections that aren't sonatinas in this list, like Beethoven's German Dance, I think there's a couple German dances at this level. I can't remember exactly. But sonatinas are challenging compared to other repertoire at this level, like list A's and C's even, because they require a blend of really important but sometimes technically challenging skills and techniques, like being able to play fast scale passages, being able to do cadence patterns, and accompaniment styles like Alberti bass. When I was learning piano, well, I still am, but when I was like in the early stages of learning piano, I was always frustrated by the challenges of classical music like sonatas and sonatinas. These would be the pieces that I tended to procrastinate on the most. But once I was able to play them, they're usually really, really fun. Like, there's lots of variety. They're often really fast. They take a while to perfect, but they end up being really great show-off pieces once you get them. So over on the ABRSM side, the list B choices are a little different. Since ABRSM's list A was Baroque and classical music, list B is Romantic era, which is 19th century music. Romantic music is generally really well loved because it's expressive and because it's much more similar to modern music because of how chord-based it tends to be. Hoffmann's Scherzo is a well-known tune at this level, though it's actually very difficult. The RCM puts it at a grade 7. We also see Schumann's Merry Peasant from his Opus 68 album for the young, and then from Tchaikovsky's album from the young, we have his Mazurka, among others. Finally, we have the list Cs. They're pretty similar between the RCM and ABRSM. They both focus on modern 20th and 21st century pieces, but the RCM also includes romantic pieces in this category. In the RCM syllabus, this is an absolutely huge category of music. There's over 100 selections to choose from. So in addition to pieces from Schumann and Tchaikovsky's collections, which we talked about previously, along with other Romantic era composers, you're going to come across modern genres like jazz and blues. You're going to find mood pieces and character pieces. This is the category for guys like Christopher Norton, Martha Meir, Mike Schoenmel, and some of my other favorite modern composers like that. Though the ABRSM's music selection is is always much smaller. The list C category covers a diverse range from jazz to traditional tunes to early 20th century composers like Kabalevsky. Regardless of whether you use the ABRSM or RCM, though, the list C category is generally the most loved category of the three. The Royal Conservatory of Music requires a 4th and 5th piece to be learned, and these are called studies or etudes. These are just pieces designed around a specific technical concept, like, say, for example, light staccatos, working with fifths, chromatic scales, stuff like that. They vary really widely in styles, so they can be old pieces or pretty new pieces. They can be quirky sounding or more traditionally song-like, anything in between. This is the category where you're going to encounter composers from Czerny to Bartók, all the way to modern composers like Schoenmel and Gillock. The 5th and optional category in grade 4 piano RCM are pop pieces. And I don't like to omit this category because it's just a really fun category. It's fun to learn pop music. There is a separate pop syllabus for the Royal Conservatory, which is on the screen here, and I've linked it over on the blog. But basically, if you do an exam, you have the option of substituting one of these pop songs on this list for one etude. So you can play a pop song that's either at your grade level, so in this case 4, or the grade immediately higher, grade 5. And that gives you lots and lots of interesting, awesome music to choose from. You have lots of fun choices in this category, everything from really, jazzy standards like Fly Me to the Moon to rock music like Aerosmith's Dream On, which I guess is the Glee version, to, Mary Poppins, to Christopher Norton. There's tons of good stuff to choose from here. So all of that is, in a nutshell, every repertoire selection for an exam. So let's move on to other important categories when you're looking at grade 4 piano in the RCM and ABRSM. First, let's talk about technique. RCM grade 4 sees us continuing to do 2-octave hands together scales in major, melodic, and harmonic minor keys. Just like in grade 3, there's a 2-octave formula pattern to contend with, but the one for grade 4 is obviously more challenging. This time it's in a harmonic minor pattern as opposed to a major pattern. The biggest changes, though, from RCM grade 3 to 4 are that the triads are now played hands together, and arpeggios make their first appearance. This is the first time that they appear in the syllabus at all. You don't have to do arpeggios in RCM grade 3 or anything like that, but they do appear earlier in ABRSM. With ABRSM technique, you also need to be able to play scales hands together in the form of melodic, harmonic, and major scales. One big difference from the RCM, though, is that you also need to be able to play them hands separately. Unlike the RCM, there are no triads at this level in ABRSM, just hands together and hand separate arpeggios. And the biggest change between grade 3 and 4 here is that all of the arpeggios are to be played either, like both, hands together or hands separately, and same with the chromatic scales. So we've talked about the repertoire and we've talked about technique. That makes up the majority of your learning and practice, but there are two more important categories that we shouldn't overlook, and that is sight reading and ear training. Sight reading involves basically reading a fragment on the piano off the cuff. The RCM sight reading for this level is quite a bit easier than the ABRSM sight reading requirements. Expect what you sight read to be 4 measures long in common major and minor keys like C, G, D, and F major. And then the minor keys would be A, E, and D, with time signatures that are simple, common times like either 3/4 or 4/4, and the rhythm won't be any more complicated than eighth notes. You also need to sight read a rhythm for the RCM grade 4 exam by tapping a steady beat based on something you're reading. This is also going to be 4 measures, but the rhythm is going to be slightly more complicated just because you don't have to actually play it on the piano. You're going to see up to dotted eighth notes and 16th notes here. Then we have the ear tests. In the RCM, you have to listen to the examiner play something and then clap back the rhythm. You have to be able to identify interval distances. You have to be able to tell the difference between major and minor chords. You also need to be able to pick out specific notes in that chord, like the root, third, and fifth. And finally, you'll have to play back a short little ditty that the examiner plays. These are generally like one-handed, and they're really short little excerpts. For the ABRSM, you'll do a melodic playback by imitating something on the piano, just like the RCM, or you have the option of doing a melodic sing back, which is instead of playing on the piano, you sing what the examiner plays on the piano. New to grade 4 is being able to sing 5 notes a cappella, so no accompaniment, from a score. So the examiner is going to play an opening chord, and then you listen to that chord so you get the key in your head, and then you have to kind of just freeform sing something from music. The examiner will play something on the piano and then ask you some questions about it. And then another thing in this test, in the ear exam, that kind of sounds like, that sounds like a doctor's appointment. In the ear portion of the test, you'll do a clap back. So the examiner will play something and then you clap the rhythm back. Finally, let's talk percentages and how, if you take an actual exam, they're going to be graded. So we have the RCM and the ABRSM on both sides. So starting with the RCM, these percentages are actually the exact same as they were for both grades as grade 3. So there's nothing new or different here from the previous year. The list B piece in the RCM is worth the most. It's worth 18% of your overall mark, where the other two are worth 16. And an extra 6%, this is like an easy bonus. An extra 6% is awarded for memory, which is 2% per song. That's something that you don't see in the ABRSM. All the technique, so scales and stuff, are worth 12%, and the 2 studies or etudes are worth 6% each. So those extra 2 pieces aside from list A, B, and C really don't contribute a ton to your overall mark. And then you have 10% each for ear test and sight reading. And a pass is 60. And over on the ABRSM side, they weight it a little bit differently. So the total marks are 150 instead of 100, and you need at least 100 marks to pass, which ends up being a pass of 66%. So it's actually a little bit more challenging to pass an ABRSM exam. Each of the different lists, list A, B, and C, are weighted equally with the ABRSM. They're each worth 30 points, which would be 20% of your overall mark. Technique is worth 14%, sight reading is worth 14%, and ear tests are worth the least for 12%. I just want to make one more note on the RCM syllabus. They have a giant song list of all the pieces you can play to grade 4 level in each category, like list A, list B, so on. Definitely check that out. If you want to, you can buy the grade 4 RCM books, or if you're doing ABRSM, you can buy the grade 4 ABRSM books. And this is convenient because all the pieces are at the exact same level, so there's no guesswork. However, another route to go is to get the books that have these grade 4 pieces in them. And these books often have a variety of pieces at all different levels. So, maybe you really like Susan Alcon, you can check out her wind chimes collection. And that's going to have probably 7 to 10 pieces in it, and they're going to be varying levels, but probably all in that intermediate phase. This leads to a more interesting piano book collection. So I really like using this as a reference when I'm looking for new music to check out. Just something you might want to take a look at. So that's all for today's overview video. And in the next video, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite grade 4 piano books. So you can stay tuned for that if this is, if you're around this level, if you want to get into grade 4 music and stuff like that. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. You can subscribe if you haven't already. And then you can go hop on my social media. You can check them out on the cards at the end of this video. And visit me on Patreon if you feel like it. And in the description bar below, you can also come check out the blog post where all of these lists and stuff will be posted for you to just kind of have for reference. Anyway, catch you later. I have to let that yawn free.